Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap.
Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap.
Let's go. Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Protect.
Yo, peace.
Protect your energy. Welcome to another Zen Trap Perspective. I'm one of your two hosts, Zen P.
Yogi LG.
We got a book review for you today. We have today The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. So we're going to be going through this book today. I guess to go ahead and get us started off. Yogi LG, who would you recommend this book to?
I would recommend it to anybody who is open-minded. This book is about a concept that your mind has to be open to and you can be enlightened to, which is ultimately, to me, just the law of attraction. But I think anybody who's interested in really understanding that dimension and that world of how to attract the things you want in life, I would recommend this book to you for sure. What about yourself?
I would recommend this book to anyone who is in the middle of a journey or about to embark on a journey. One of those two. It's a great book that can help you have a different belief to follow. So another belief kind of to put in your back pocket and use to help motivate you to accomplish some of your dreams and goals for sure. So anybody in that kind of category.
Okay, cool. I could agree with that. How would you describe this to someone who's never seen it, never read it, that know what it's about?
This book is a book that is pretty much a documentary. This book came out in 2006, and so did the documentary film as well. It's literally an interview of people who have who are kind of leaders in their field in so many different areas: philosophers, authors, coaches, motivational speakers. So many different people pretty much talking how what they know to be as the secret to success almost. So the secret to how you can get anything you want. Anything. So that's how I would describe the book to someone who hasn't read it. What about you?
Pretty much the same. The concept of the secret, it makes it seem like, nobody knows. But what they're describing in this book is how to use the law of attraction to get everything that you could possibly want. Your mind and your universe, whatever you want to use that for, you can use it for. So I think that The Secret is a really cool name for it, but it makes it feel all like, oh, what is it going to be? And it's really simple, honestly.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, for sure.
To piggyback off that a little bit, fair warning, I like to give those for book. This book is boring.
Yes.
It is a snooze fest. The film
is
boring. It is not exciting. You are going to have soft music, the same tone of people. It's tough. Yeah. It's tough. You have to really focus when you're reading this. Great content in there, great stuff, great strategies, great messages. But it's going to be tough to get through.
And ultimately, it's just a testimonial, right? It's just people really, like, obviously it's parts in the book of, like, explaining why they chose this person or why this testimony is relevant. But it's just people telling their story. So you're getting little glimpses of people's stories, and you're like, it's nothing to really follow. It's just kind of, like, random. But I think it's boring.
Now, I don't want to play the race card either, but it's a lot of white people telling their testimonials. And that's a fact. So, again, if you are definitely one of those people who, let me say it in a different way. If you know that listening to some people's testimonials, like what I talk about sometimes about how, like, a lot of people don't want to hear about failures. I think us as black people, it's tough to hear about white people's failures too, because it don't hit the same. It don't hit the same hearing white people talk about, and when I say white people, not all white people, but white people who were, quote unquote, looks like they were born into success and born without these struggles of race and stuff that can put you down. So it's tough. It's a tough read when you're listening to some people who you would feel like may have been born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Or again, we have unconscious biases too towards some, because again, some white people that you're judging, they also probably had hard times growing up and stuff too. But we just still try and say like, yeah, even if you were a trailer park trash white person, you still white. So you still get some liberties that us as black people don't have to go through, don't have to worry about, don't. So it's a tough read sometimes in any of this self-help stuff when you're black to listen to some other race try and tell you to just ignore all these other energies and stuff that come around just from being black. So I don't, I feel both sides. I don't like to try and segregate stuff as well, but I also am aware from being black and from experiencing black and having black people in my life that I'm not saying somebody's plight is harder, but
say?
maybe I am. Like,
But
it's,
I
it's
mean,
tough.
honestly, a lot of white people get to live life on the offense, right? So you can take risk, you can do things, and if you fail, it don't really hit the same. But when we take risks, it may like one fuck up.
You don't get chances.
Yeah, exactly. That's
you don't
it.
get chances to take risks, so it don't make you feel as warm and bubbly to keep trying those things out. So again, the messages in here are good, but it's just it's a hard pill to swallow sometimes with a lot of this self-awareness stuff when you still got to be black.
That's true.
It's like it's trying to say ignore what's going on in the world, but that's easy to say when the world ain't attacking you.
Facts. That's big facts. All right, so what was your favorite bar in this book?
All right, favorite bar. I got to keep a couple on me. I think one person said, and again, there's so many different people out here in here. My favorite person in this book the whole time was Bob Proctor because I like straight shooters, and Bob Proctor is a white man, but he was just straight shooting. He was just talking about stuff, but this wasn't a quote from him. I say all that I say. So I got three of them. Don't let the outside world control your inside. So again, I know that's very difficult to do, but that's still a good bar. That's still a good quote to kind of like live by. Somebody else in the book said, act in spite of anything. So they started listing out all these things, but it's really, once they got to the end, act in spite of anything. And again, it's the same old BS. Like, however you're feeling, whatever you got going on, I know it's difficult and nobody wants to hear that, but stuff got to get done. Stuff got to get done. You feeling bad, you may feel good or worse tomorrow. Stuff still got to get done.
Yep.
Act in spite of anything. Something happened to you, something happened to this person, something happened in the world. Stuff still got to get done. So whatever it is that you want to do, you got to do what you want to do. Like, you got to do what you want to do. Act in spite of anything. And the last quote was, be the person you're looking for. And that just simply means like, whatever it is you're looking for, whether you're looking to be that or embody that, or if you're looking for the type of love that you want in a relationship, whatever it is that you're looking for, be that person. So if you're looking to be inspiring or you're looking to be inspired, be inspiring then. Trial out trying to be inspiring and keep going until you start figuring stuff out. If you're looking for a certain type of love or a certain type of relationship, be that person.
Yep. Exactly.
Give what you want to receive and let that attract you.
That's jumps right into my favorite bar is you will attract what you feel, you will attract what you are. So they even in the book they start talking about like your feelings, your thoughts have frequencies, right? And so your thoughts are real deal things. Like medical field people analyze people's thoughts and how your brain is working. All that is real stuff. So if your thoughts have frequencies, then what you're thinking about is going to come to life. So that's a bar, as well as feelings basically help you control your thoughts. So your thoughts can go so many different ways, right? You can think about good stuff, bad stuff, all kind of stuff, right? But your feelings, you know whether something is good or bad based off of your feelings almost. So your feelings kind of help you determine what thoughts you need to kind of be focusing on. So I thought that was a bar, as well as set a goal. Maybe not a bar, but just something I thought was super cool. And the book was just set a goal that you would be blown away if you reached it, right? I thought that was super cool just because we always limit ourselves to like a goal that's like, oh, if I reach it, I'll feel good. But like, I want to be blown away. Like, oh shit, I cannot believe I just accomplished that.
Yeah, like,
For sure.
but we kind of talked about some videos ago. Like, if you're not failing, are you really like putting yourself out there? If you're not failing, if you're just doing stuff that you know you can do, like what?
Yeah.
Just some like random excerpts that I saw. This one's kind of definitely hits on what you just said about attracting what you want. So, and this is kind of how the book is set up. A whole lot of big quotes from different people and stuff. Michael Bernard Beckwith. Learn to become still and to take your attention away from what you don't want and all the emotional charge around it, and place the attention on what you wish to experience. Energy flows where attention goes. Another one, Jack Canfield. It's okay to notice what you don't want because it gives you contrast to say, this is what I do want. But the fact is, the more you talk about what you don't want or talk about how bad it is, read about that all the time, and then say how terrible it is, where you're creating more of that.
Absolutely. I think this book dives into your thoughts more than anything of where you're putting your attention and your intention. So if you're thinking about these things all the time, yes, they're going to happen. I don't want to be late. I don't want to be late. You're going to be late. Like, you know that. So just basically watching what you think, and they even talk about, and I think we've addressed this before, about like how the impact of a negative thought, how much greater that is versus a positive thought. You know what I'm saying? So like, not, or even saying those things out loud, not saying those negative things out loud and saying those positive things out loud, and the different impact that can have. So I think that's,
And just to
like
clarify what you said, I think it's not a thought that you were talking about. It's the impact of saying something negative.
Yes, sorry.
Because I've also read, and I believe this for the moment. I don't know how long I believe it, but when it comes to thoughts, though, I believe that a positive thought is way more powerful than a negative thought. So when you're thinking these negative thoughts, sometimes don't think that it's going to manifest just because it's in your head, because thoughts and feelings are just in your head. Right. But
It's
when you bring it, when you verbalize it. Yeah. So again, some negative thoughts and stuff going on in your head that you deem to be negative, not the world. You deem these thoughts to be negative. That's all fine and dandy as long as you're not acting on those and verbalizing, putting them out into the universe. Is how I feel. Gotcha. Just last two excerpts that I was seeing. We all possess more power and greater possibilities than we realize, and visualizing is one of the greatest of these powers. That's one thing. And then the last one, the only difference between people who live in this way, who live in the magic of life, and those who don't, is that the people who live in the magic of life have habituated ways of being. They've made a habit of using the law of attraction, and magic happens with them wherever they go because they remember to use it. They use it all the time, not just as a one-time event.
Dang. Come on now.
That's almost like praying.
I was just going to say, that's like you call on Jesus only when you need him, but really you should be calling
Lord,
on,
give me strength.
Right, calling on him all the time. That's the same concept. So I think that was those inserts. But let's hop into something. How do you feel in general about the law of attraction? One, do you believe in it? Do you feel like it works? What do you feel like are the key things that make it work?
So the book talks about that. That kind of goes great question. That kind of goes into like what my favorite chapter was. So the law of attraction to me goes into like what they define as the secret. So my favorite two chapters, and I'm going to answer your question kind of full circle. How to use the secret and what the secret is. So it was like 3 big steps, and the only 3 steps was ask, believe, and I think the last one was receive. Receive. So I believe in that. I believe in and I'm religious, so I believe in God, and I like to bring it back to that. So almost how you pray, asking God what you want, believing that you already have it, and then you just waiting to receive it. But you're acting as if you already have it, and you're being grateful about it. So I believe in the law of attraction. I try. I'm not saying I don't do anything perfect. I try to apply it all the time. That can be intense for a lot of people. I'm aware of that. It just all goes left. But I'm out here trying to practice what I preach, which is I'm out here trying to be in motion. No, action. I'm out here trying to be in action. So I'm out here trying to just trial stuff out. Because another quote from the book was just like, 20 minutes of experience wipes out like years of you just planning and thinking about something. You can be planning and thinking about how to play basketball, it was somebody in here talking about everybody say they want a yacht or something. Okay, you want a yacht. Get you a yacht and see the upkeep, the taxes, the this, the that.
gas,
I don't want a yacht. Yeah, you don't want a yacht.
Yeah.
What about you?
I believe in the law of attraction. I think that it is real. I think that there's something about that believe part of those steps. Ask, believe, receive. It's the believe step that probably is the toughest for me. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. Sometimes your past puts your mind in a prison. And so when you go into manifesting or the law of attraction, you have to take your mind out of that prison. And that's one of my struggles personally. But I think anybody who can really grasp the concept of taking your mind out of that prison and knowing and believing that the things that you are putting into the universe, the things that you are thinking, all of that can come true. I believe it 100,000%. I've experienced it even as recent as yesterday. Like, I've experienced the law of attraction, asking the universe or
What you asked for yesterday?
I would rather not say.
Oh, cool. That's all I need to hear.
I would rather not say. But things
But you
happen.
got it, though.
But I got an even better example. 2 days ago, I was my car got impounded, right? So they're telling me I'm going to have to pay $600. I went into it like, I'm not going to pay $600. I'm not going to have to pay anything because it's not right. Boom. I went and picked my car up. I ain't had to pay nothing. Or really, I had to pay $50. But you think I'm going to look at that and be like, dang, the law of attraction don't work? Nah, it still works.
You just cut two. I ain't have to pay nothing. Great story.
And there was a whole lot of stuff in the middle of that. But ultimately, like, I put it out there. As soon as I knew, like, they were going to charge me $600, I'm not paying that. I believe with everything in me. I'm not at fault. I know this is going to happen. It's going to happen. I didn't have any doubts. It was and everything I did moving up to that point was as such. Like, I'm not going to pay this. I'm not bringing $600 cash. My account ain't prepared for you to take $600. Nothing I'm doing is going to say I'm paying $600 to get my car out. So it's things like that where I've seen it evident and I practice it, right? It takes work. It's the bigger things in life that I struggle with because I think my mind is in that prison.
Okay, break free, man. Get out.
Trying, man. Get out.
What was your favorite chapter?
Oh, my chapter is probably The Secret of Health. Just because I so believe that like the state of your body and your well-being can be changed by your mind. I know a lot of people may not believe that, but I do. And one is because, again, I'm a person of faith as well. So if I'm asking God for this and he sees it fit, it can happen, period. Obviously, there's things that are above my control, but I think you can really manifest diseases out of your body. And, like, I'm sure, I ain't going to share your story, but I feel like like you was going through a lot of stuff last year, but your mindset shifted and those things kind of follow suit.
You just picked I don't have no diseases now. Like, you just
picked
the terrible part to just try and segue that in, though.
No, not diseases. You just had, like,
you just wait till you just stop talking about diseases. Like, I ain't gonna share your
saying,
story, though.
Ailments, diseases, any of that, pains, you can manifest those things out of your life if that's what you choose to do, for sure. So that was probably my favorite chapter, just reading that and hearing, like, testimonies of people getting rid of cancer, doing all this stuff. And some people don't feel like that's true. Maybe, I mean, that's on you, but I think it's real and I think it's evident.
Yeah, I agree.
Even in Zen Peace life. He don't got no diseases. Not that I know of.
Can we get off of diseases? Jesus Christ.
Is there a story in your life that relates to this book? Do you feel like there's something that you could pull from that says, like, I can see how I use the secret or I could use the secret?
I think I've told a story about how I manifested, like, my car, manifested a new job and moving to Texas.
Yeah.
I got a lot more stories about just that last bar about like not using it when it's convenient, but using it all the time. And then I think when a lot of special things or situations happen in my life, a lot of people be so surprised and be like, "You so lucky," and I'll be like, "Oh, I'm just blessed and highly favored." I'll say stuff like that, but no, to me, it's just really what I believe in. It's believing in this, doing the work and stuff. So I'm not surprised when things work out in my favor. And like a lot of people will get around me and be like, "Dang, you so lucky that this happened and this happened like this and this," and I just be like, "Yeah, maybe, yeah." Yeah, you get used to it. You get used to special things happening. Uh, let's a story. Mm, we were just in Turks and Caicos.
Yes, we were.
We were supposed to have a boat rented. We drive up. I'm trying to go do a hike in the morning. Is really what I'm trying to do. Trying to get a workout in. I got this one destination typed in that just so happens to be close to a dock. We end up at the dock somehow to ask them where this trail is that I'm looking for. They also happen to be the people that rent out boats. We thought we already had a boat solidified. We get in there. These people happen to know the person that we got a boat solidified with. And they say, "Oh, there are no boats. All boats are sold out for the weekend." Telling the story like, "Lindsay, cut two, we got a boat."
Hey, that's a good story, man.
Nah, but like details of it for real, just in the short and sweet. We talked to the lady that sat there. They are feeling our energy of that, like, "Oh man, we really want to look out for y'all. Make sure y'all get a boat. Y'all just hang around." I mean, it's starting to get to the point. We was out there for 2 hours, minimum 2 hours of talking and waiting around, of them calling all these people, to the point where they were just finally like, "Hey, leave your number with us. We gonna get y'all a boat." And I was like, me and Lindsay said the same. Do we little worried?
We
don't look worried. We know we getting a boat. Cool. Cut to, we don't get a text until probably 6 o'clock at night later, and the boat is for tomorrow at like 12 or something. Get a text saying, "Hey, we got a boat secured for you. We're gonna do this, and this." Bet. Long story short, again, all that happens, and all the people on the trip don't even know none of that happened.
Yeah.
None of it. They just know we got a boat.
Yep.
And we just brush stuff off like that because we expect it.
I think even like our energy towards it, just that comment you made, like, we don't look worried.
Well, that's the belief part.
Yeah,
we
that's the
believe it,
belief,
receive
right?
it, and we're not going to be crushed if it don't happen.
Right. And we grateful for whatever we do get, right? And I think that's the other part of the book talks about, is just being grateful for the space that you're in already, which we talk about all the time. Is just being grateful, knowing that, oh, I know I got great things coming, so I'm already grateful for what's coming. Like, I know things are gonna get better, and you prepare for it when it happens. So I absolutely agree.
So, do you have a story in your life that relates?
I think honestly, what I want to relate to the book is just me first learning about manifestation. So I was probably, I don't know, 8, 9, and my uncle we were walking, and I don't know, I said something like, "Man, I hope he don't fall over or something." And he was like, "Hey, don't put that shit in the air. You can manifest stuff. Like, stop." And he like stopped me in a parking lot and like was, "Listen, the words in your mouth have power. So what you say out loud matters. You can manifest the good and the bad. Just be aware of that." And so it was like such a real moment, because he like stopped me in my tracks, like even at 8 years old, and he continued to tell me that every time we linked, like, "Hey,
you over here scared, like, oh my God, I stepped on a crack. I'm gonna break my mama's back."
I mean, ultimately, I think he just really gave me the I don't know what you call it,
The wherewithal.
not the wherewithal, but I felt like my words had power from that moment.
He gave you the confidence.
The confidence to use my words,
The wherewithal.
or the wherewithal to use my words in a meaningful way. And so I didn't realize,
with your words.
be impeccable with my words. I didn't even think of that like I could make something happen just by verbalizing it. At 8 years old, I had no concept of that. So as I turned 10 and 12, he's constantly reminding me, "Hey, don't do that."
To be fair, you were 8.
To be fair, I was 8. That's true. But it started early. So I think when I read this book, it brought it all back, of that full circle moment. Like me realizing at that age that my words have power, and where I'm at now. I've known this for 22, 23 years. How am I utilizing it? So it really challenged me in the space of like, okay, yeah, you can say certain things, you got that part down, but now it's the belief. Like I said, like that's the one I'm struggling with and kind of working towards is that belief. But I even have like a cousin that like put things on her mirror, and when I tell you shit just started coming, like she was just like reading them every day, saying them every day, and everything on these mirrors just started coming to life.
She got affirmations.
She got affirmations.
What she want to happen, how
A
it's gonna
certain
happen.
amount, a certain title, a certain size
Yeah, I
house, a certain
aspired.
car.
I haven't gotten there yet. I definitely aspired to start getting there. I haven't even
Me too.
gotten close to that yet.
And I'm working on like a daily affirmation like list for myself, and I just want to like, all right, for this month, you affirm these things, you say these things, and you believe these things with everything in you. And so that's something that I'm working on personally to try to help me with that believe aspect. Is that I'm gonna say them, and you gotta believe it, and I think it'll happen for me.
Yeah, I read some book where like, or it could have been it was a video, some TED talk where like, even what you identify with, like this dude was on a weight loss journey and he identified with being big. And then once he was on his journey and stuff, his journey started with him identifying that like, hey, I'm healthy, I'm this, I'm that, and I'm a person that does these things, that I'm becoming what I aspire to be.
Yep.
And he said he was walking in the grocery store one time, and this is, I don't know, it could be a month, could be a year after he's been doing all this stuff. And some kid was like, hey, mommy, that big man, something, something, something. And the kid pointed directly at him, and he turned around. He's like, oh, he just started laughing like, oh, shoot. She was talking about, man, I don't even identify with that no more. Like, can't be talking about me.
That's a good one. All right, so what's the biggest takeaway? Like, what are you gonna take away?
This book is boring.
This book is boring.
So I did see something though. Side note: some new film came out with this book in 2020. So it is a new film out that's based off this book that I definitely want to watch.
Okay.
But my biggest takeaway is just applying the law of attraction. Not feeling like you chasing what's meant for you. You attracting it. You letting it come to you. And you're at the same time doing the work, but the work don't feel like work, all the same stuff. Like you just constantly in this loop of showing yourself grace, making mistakes, having success, and just not letting life happen to you, but at the same time letting life happen to you, if that makes any kind of sense. Like life is going to happen regardless. Right. The sun's going to shine, the moon's going to come up, all these things are going to happen. Right. Control your universe. That's what I take away from this book. Control the things that you control about yourself and look inward. Because, like, that Bob Proctor dude, he be talking about that, like, meta secret about just everybody's looking outside for validation and happiness and stuff, but a lot of people aren't looking inside. And I think we're on a great movement right now of people doing that. What about you?
My biggest takeaway is it's probably going to be two things. One is it made me think of another thing my uncle told me. He was just profound. He was instilling crazy stuff in me at a young age. YOU, your own universe. You can create it. You can create your own universe and what happens to you. So keeping that in mind, this book just resonated that for me. The last thing is kind of just, I want to put this into practice for a specific thing. And so my specific thing that I'm going to ask, believe, and receive is being able to travel the second half of the year and believing that everything is going to be okay. I have a deep fear that it's not, and I'm letting that out of my head, and I'm believing with everything in me that everything's going to be cool, and I'm going to be able to do what I want to do. So my biggest takeaway is going to be to actually practice manifesting that and making that come to light.
Oh, that's a fact, man. Everything will be fine.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
For sure.
I mean, even if it ain't. And that's how you go crazy.
That, my people, is how you drive yourself nuts.
You let her say everything she gonna say, and then you just whisper this. But what if it
ain't? Yeah, but anything you want to what's one thing you want to put this book into practice for?
Dang, now I'm smacking my lips like you. What do I want to put this book into practice for? I want to get better at just what you said your cousin do. Like, I be feeling so conflicted. I feel like I'm turning into like a girl sometimes, like writing on the mirror, taking baths. I want a bath bomb, like I want a massage.
Hey, man,
I
it's the
I
bath
want a
bombs
good.
that's too far, dog.
You crazy as hell. I ain't even tried a bath bomb yet, and I know that look lit. Put some Epsom salt, a little alcohol. I ain't even had a bath bomb yet, and I know it's gonna be good. The facials and stuff, man. I don't want to.
Shout out to Lush bath bombs.
I don't want to turn into a girl, but I do want to do similar stuff that girls are doing because I feel like I can't say us. Us, I'm saying us as men, us men, black men, men in general. I don't think we do a lot of the self-care stuff. Like, and our self-care stuff can look different. Don't get me wrong. Basketball is one for me. Working out is one for me. I try to find self-care stuff that aligns with other goals that don't hurt other goals. So just finding those and still not being afraid and trying to get comfortable with being uncomfortable of turning into a girl.
Hey, I will say this.
Nah, but getting comfortable with doing stuff that is deemed feminine.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm cool with my sexuality.
I look at it like this. Black women are super prominent in our economy right now.
Top tier.
Top tier. They traveling. They spending money like drug dealers. They doing everything they want to do. They buying houses.
I'm trying to get like, damn.
They doing everything.
Bath bombs.
Bath bombs. Writing on their mirror. They setting affirmations. So shout out to black women. Right?
Candles and stuff.
Come on, man. You just went to Bath and Body Works.
Chill.
Either way, shout out to black women and all y'all doing to inspire black men or even myself, like as a black woman. So I just think that's really good. That's good. That's a good thing to practice.
It's good that I'm turning into a woman.
Nah, it's good that you're getting comfortable.
Nah, I appreciate that.
With all of that.
I'm very comfortable with that. So I aspire to get even more comfortable where I actually start doing it.
There you go.
What about you?
Mine was the traveling. I'm using the book to
Oh, that's what you're going to apply right now. Is getting comfortable with traveling. All right, man. Well, you can do it now. What are you doing? You're just sitting on your couch watching this.
Watching TV.
You might as well get up and go to the ride.
You could be getting a good degree right now.
Right now. You could major in engineering in this 4-week course right now. We'll find a job for you.
Every job is guaranteed.
Every job's guaranteed, and we're gonna find you one. Just talk to our loan counselors and get on set up. And we're going to find you a job to pay these loans back.
Thanks. No, but for real, if you got goals out there, things that you really want to do, and it's been itching at you, affirm it. Manifest it. Think about the law of attraction every single time. Apply it. Act in spite of. That was so good, man. I want to comment on that real quick. Act in spite of, just like 3 days ago. Felt like my world was crumbling. Everything's happening all at once. Family getting bad news, personal life going crazy, car getting impounded, like just everything's off whack. My room look crazy. I've been traveling.
For sure. I'm glad. Sometimes we just need a little inspiration. And I know about that.
Sometimes you need.
And I'm glad you was inspired.
Yeah, but I acted in spite of. I knew I got to get stuff done. I got to do things. And I knew it was going to happen. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to figure this out today, figure that out tomorrow. It's going to happen. So I definitely like that bar, and I'm going to hold that one on my pocket for sure.
Okay.
Got anything else for the people?
Nah, man, it's feeling a little long-winded, man. Just go out there, do the work, man. Don't think about it. Go out there and do it. Just trial it out. You may mess some stuff up, but the funny part is you can't mess up. If you believe that, you can't mess up.
Yep.
You can't mess up trying. That's not even true. You just believe that's true because that's what everybody keep telling you.
Yep, that's true.
Come on, man. Hey, you don't want to go out there and look stupid.
Get out of that prison.
Get out there and look stupid.
Get out of that mental prison you in.
Get out there and look stupid. When we was in college, I didn't believe. Well, I did believe it. I just didn't want to do it. I'm borderline. I'm lazy. If you want to pass circuits, everybody is saying the same thing, but we still looking for a different way around it. If you want to pass circuits, you gotta go to the tutoring, and you gotta try the problems out yourself. That's just how math works. It's like if you don't practice it, you're not gonna be good at it. That's just how math and usually a lot of sports and stuff works. There is a period of when you're not good at it, and that's the period that most people get uncomfortable with and most people don't want, so they either quit or just don't even show up because they don't want people to talk about them or make them feel, and that's a natural feeling.
It's the same with the law of attraction. You got to practice it. You got to try it. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to feel like I'm tripping. I'm crazy. This can't be real.
And the more you practice it, the more you're going to get comfortable with looking stupid.
Facts.
You just going to get comfortable with
Facts.
it, and you just not going to care no more.
Yep, I agree 100%.
Take it from me.
This nigga looks stupid all the time.
All the time, B. All the time.
All right, well, you have been tuned in to another Zen Trap Perspective. Again, we read the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm your host, Yogi LG.
Zen P.
Protect your peace.
Protect your energy.
We out.